The girls are thrilled. They're so excited they're getting another aunt, and we could not be more excited for them and what the future holds. We love, and we love Taylor and Trav.
April is World Autism Month. Did you know that? Our next guests are using their star power, and star power is a word here, to help people on the autism spectrum. Kylie Kelce is a badass, a popular podcaster. She's also, by the way, the wife of Philadelphia Eagles legend Jason Kelce, and she's an advocate for the Eagles Autism Foundation. It has raised, listen to this number, more than $50 million. Wow. For autism research and care, and everything goes back into the foundation to help others. Jihad Campbell was the Eagles pick in the first round. Congratulations. Of the 2025 draft, and had a very successful first season. Didn't he, Nate, as a linebacker?
Yeah. Baller.
That's the word on the streets. He has spent the offseason volunteering for the Autism Foundation. We're very happy to say Kylie and Jihad are here live and in color in the studio. Welcome, you guys.
Morning.
Welcome. We're very glad to hear you. Kylie, we're going to start with you because, listen, Jason, your husband, retired from the Eagles.
Yes.
Is he aware that he's retired?
No, he's not. He keeps showing up. His code still works, so he just keeps going.
His code still works?
He still goes in. He still checks in with the coaches. He still gets the lay of the land, gets to sit in the calf, which is one of his favorite places to eat. And he still gets to have that sense of community, and he also gets a little workout in.
Yeah.
So.
But my point is, even though he's no longer an official member of the team, this isn't something you still have to do. You are still very heavily involved. And I'm in awe of this because, guys, she's a mother of 4 girls, 6 and under. That's a lot. Very successful podcaster, wife, a woman in her own right. But yet this is something that still matters to you. Why?
Because Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles, had...
Great human being.
Outstanding.
Yes.
He had the vision to translate his love for his brother, who is on the autism spectrum, into a legacy of a foundation with the Eagles. And so the Eagles Autism Foundation does it right. Every single dollar raised ends up directly back into the autism community. And what better time to recognize that than April?
Yeah, but I understand Jeffrey, but I don't understand your connection.
So my connection is that I grew up with a neighbor who I call my brother, Tim. He is on the autism spectrum. We grew up using strategies, managing behaviors that we didn't even know we were doing.
Right.
And so when I left college, I went right back into, leaning away from my major as a communication major and ended up in education as a one-to-one with special needs students. And it only grew my love for that community. And when the Eagles Autism Foundation was created, Ryan Hammond, the executive director, Jason went to her and said, my wife would love to volunteer. And so Ryan likes to say that I was the first volunteer for the Eagles Autism Foundation.
And you're still volunteering. Jihad?
Yes. Commend you on that, because a lot of young guys will just focus on their career. Say, I just want to play football. But you're doing the right thing, getting involved in all of these different efforts. Kylie, a lot of people, unless you have a connection, right, to the autism community. My wife also went into special education. There's some people close to our family that are on the spectrum. But for most people, it shows like love on the spectrum. That's all they know.
Yes.
What more do you want people to know about the autism community?
Well, I think that more and more people are recognizing that they do have a personal connection, whether it's within their own home or maybe a cousin, a niece, a nephew, a friend's child. I find it to be so important that it is this idea of acceptance and inclusion.
For sure.
One of the things that the Eagles Autism Foundation takes pride in is our All Abilities Clinic. It is so special because it's all abilities, right? It's not targeting just the neurodivergent community. It's also allowing kids who might be siblings of a neurodivergent kid to participate in the same activities as their sibling, which is something that people find really special.
Yeah.
And we have a range of the all abilities clinics. We have football, we have cheer, we have STEM. So it's all of these things where kids can get whatever they're interested in and also participate with their siblings.
So
it's so special.
So Kylie, Gail mentioned that you're a mom of 4.
Yes.
I'm a parent. I have a 3-year-old little girl. What advice do you have for parents on how we can talk to our children about kids who they will meet in their class?
That's a good question.
In the real world.
Kids can be so cruel too, Vlad.
That's right, when they don't understand something.
Yes.
So what advice do you have?
That's a good question for you too, Jihad.
Yeah, so we have Uncle Tim, the girls refer to him as. And we just talk about sort of his quirks. And so we talk about it really frankly. And we say, like, maybe Uncle Tim's not going to say hi to you every time he sees you. Maybe he'll ease into it. Maybe he'll have that conversation with you later on. Maybe he doesn't want to answer your question. And that's okay. He still loves you and he wants to be around you, but maybe he's just not ready to talk. Doing things like that where it's just very matter of fact. We'll get to a point where we get to discuss autism as a whole. But ultimately, we talk about Tim and the way that he is and that we love him no matter what his quirks are.
Yeah.
And real quick before we go, Eagles, Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Definitely, man. You know, taking it day by day, one day at a time. That's all.
Spoken like a vet, even though you're young. I like that. I like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you to both. I appreciate you guys joining us.
having us.
Wish we had more time.
The girls are absolutely thrilled because they are getting another aunt, and the excitement in the family is at an all-time high. It is a beautiful moment for the Kelce family, but beyond the personal celebrations and the fairy tale headlines, there is a much deeper story unfolding. April is World Autism Month, and while the world usually focuses on the glitz of the NFL or the fame of Taylor Swift, Kylie Kelce is using her massive platform for something that truly matters. She is a powerhouse, a popular podcaster and the wife of Philadelphia Eagles legend Jason Kelce, but her most important role right now is being a fierce advocate for the Eagles Autism Foundation. This isn't just a small charity project. It is a movement that has raised over $50 million for research and care. Every single cent goes back into the community to help those on the spectrum lead better lives. Joining her in this mission is Jihad Campbell, the Eagles' first-round pick from the 2025 draft. After a stellar first season as a linebacker, most players would be heading to a beach for vacation. Instead, Jihad is spending his off-season volunteering. It is rare to see a young star so focused on giving back, and having him work alongside Kylie shows just how much the Eagles organization cares about this cause. They are live in the studio to share why this mission is the heartbeat of their work. The impact of $50 million cannot be overstated. In a world where high-profile families like the Kelces are constantly under the microscope, seeing them pivot that attention toward autism awareness is refreshing. This chapter of their lives isn't just about football rings or celebrity weddings. It's about legacy. Kylie and Jihad represent two different generations of the Eagles family, yet they are united by a single goal, making sure that people on the autism spectrum are seen, heard, and supported. As the world watches the Kelce era continue to grow, this foundation remains the gold standard for how sports teams can change lives off the field. Even though Jason Kelce has officially retired from the Eagles, he hasn't exactly left the building. Kylie jokes that he doesn't seem to realize he's retired because his security code still works, and he keeps showing up. He still checks in with the coaches, gets the lay of the land, and eats at the cafeteria, one of his favorite spots. But more importantly, his retirement hasn't ended the family's commitment to the Autism Foundation. Kylie is a busy mother of 4 young girls, all aged 6 and under, and she runs a successful career of her own. Many people wonder why she stays so heavily involved when she could easily step back and enjoy a quieter life. The answer lies in the vision of Jeffrey Lurie, the owner of the Eagles. Lurie is a man with a massive heart who turned his personal love for his brother, who is on the autism spectrum, into a lasting legacy for the entire city of Philadelphia. The Eagles Autism Foundation is unique because it is built on genuine love and a deep understanding of the challenges families face. Kylie explains that the foundation does it right because they ensure every dollar raised goes directly back into the community. It is about transparency and impact. For Kylie, this isn't a chore, it's a passion. She balances the chaos of a large family and the spotlight of being an NFL wife with a grace that is hard to find. She understands that while football is a game, the support they provide to families is real life. April is the perfect time to recognize this work, but for the Kelce family, this is a year-round commitment. They aren't just faces on a poster. They are active participants in a cause that started with one man's love for his brother and grew into a multi-million-dollar lifeline for thousands of people. Kylie's connection to the autism community isn't just through the Eagles, it's deeply personal. She grew up next door to a neighbor named Tim, whom she considers a brother. Growing up with Tim meant that autism was a normal part of her daily life. She and her family were using strategies and managing behaviors to support him before they even realized what those strategies were. This bond shaped her entire perspective on life. When she finished college, she actually moved away from her communications major and went into education, working one-on-one with special needs students. Her love for this community grew from a place of real-world experience. When the Eagles Autism Foundation was first being formed, it was actually Jason who stepped up for her. He told the executive director, Ryan Hammond, "My wife would love to volunteer." Since then, Kylie has been a staple of the organization, often referred to as their very first volunteer. It's a testament to her character that she has stayed through the years, even as her husband became a global superstar. Jahad Campbell also shares this dedication, proving that the new generation of players understands the importance of the community. Many people only know about autism through TV shows like Love on the Spectrum, but Kylie wants the world to see the deeper reality. She wants people to understand that the autism community is diverse and vibrant. It's not just a condition to be studied, it's a group of people who deserve inclusion. For those without a personal connection, it can be hard to grasp the daily joys and hurdles, but Kylie's story with Tim makes it relatable. She speaks with a level of empathy that can only come from someone who has walked the walk. By sharing her personal history, she bridges the gap between the star power of the NFL and the everyday lives of families dealing with neurodiversity. One of the most important goals for the foundation right now is fostering a culture of acceptance. More and more people are realizing they have a connection to autism, whether it's a niece, a nephew, or a friend's child. The Eagles Autism Foundation takes huge pride in their All Abilities clinics. These clinics are revolutionary because they don't just target neurodivergent children, they are designed for everyone. This allows siblings to participate in activities together, something that is often difficult for families to find. Whether it's football, cheerleading, or STEM activities, these clinics provide a space where every child can shine. As a mother of 4, Kylie knows how important it is for children to have these shared experiences. In these clinics, the focus isn't on what a child can't do, but on what they can do together. It's about breaking down the barriers that often isolate families. When kids get to participate in what they're interested in alongside their siblings, it creates a sense of normalcy and joy. This is the heart of inclusion. It's not just about having a seat at the table, it's about playing the same game on the same field. For parents who are looking for ways to talk to their children about neurodiversity, Kylie offers simple, grounded advice. She uses her Uncle Tim as an example for her daughters. She tells them very clearly, maybe Uncle Tim won't say hi to you every time he sees you. Maybe he needs time to ease into the conversation. And that's okay. By speaking about it in a matter-of-fact way, she teaches her children that quirks are just part of who a person is. It's about loving people for exactly who they are, regardless of how they communicate. As Jahad Campbell notes, taking it one day at a time is the best way to move forward, whether you're chasing a Super Bowl or building a more inclusive world.